Boom. Just make sure Eduardo and Steve, when you guys are, what's it called? Just let everyone in as people are coming in, please. What's up? What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Bashar Katu here with BJK University. Do me a favor, drop a hello in the chat if you guys can see and hear me. Hi. All right. So the chat is working, so that's good. Sound is working. That's good. All right. Where's everyone coming in from? Drop it in the chat. What country, what city, what state? Argentina, San Diego, Toronto, India, Turkey. Holy shit, it's coming in way too fast. Hang on. All right. Canada, Los Angeles, Guatemala, Qatar, Nigeria. Okay. Sorry, guys. Can't keep up. Too fast. Too fast. Well, look, it's great to see you all. Bashar Katu here. Today, my promise to you is that I make this the most valuable 90 minutes that you invest in your future this year. Okay? We've got a lot of incredible things for you guys. Can't wait to share. But before I do, just a couple pieces of housekeeping that I would love to share with you guys here. Number one, please take notes. Is that okay if I ask you to take notes? Drop a yes in the chat if you are ready to take notes. If you've got a pen, you've got a notebook, you've got something to write and take notes with. Please drop a yes in the chat if you're ready to take notes. There's going to be some revolutionary stuff we're going to be sharing with you guys today. Understand, today's focus is talking and teaching about AI and how you guys can leverage AI to make money with it in 2026. How many here would love to learn about how they can make money with AI in 2026? Drop a yes in the chat if that's you. If that's not you and you're not dropping yes in the chat, man, you're in the wrong place and man, there is something wrong with you. Because let me tell you, AI in the last 6 months alone has completely transformed my life. And if you thought that AI in the last 12, 24, 36 months has been revolutionary, man, wait to see what's going to happen in 2026. It is going to be so revolutionary. Life that we know it today will look if, and this is just kind of, this is kind of a crazy thing that I'm going to put out there. Life that we know it today is not going to look the same 12 months from now. So just kind of close your eyes and think about the life that you know today, how you do things, how you watch videos, how you consume content, how you do work, how you do whatever. Understand 12 months from now, it's going to be different. And you, my friend, can either be in the dust, left in the dust, trying to change the train, or you're going to be the guy in the VIP section of the train. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy chasing or do you want to be the guy sitting in the VIP? I know where I want to be. I want to be the guy in the VIP section. And that's why over the last 12 months or so, we have been, knees deep into AI, learning how it works, and making sure that we can figure everything out for ourselves, for our businesses, and now bringing it to you. So are you guys ready to have fun? Are you guys ready to have a great time? Are you guys ready to take notes? Are you guys ready to learn so that way you can make 2026 your best year yet? Drop a yes for me in the chat. Listen, before I get started here, I've got a short presentation that I'm going to share with you. And then we're going to spend a lot of time towards the end answering your questions. So if you guys got any questions, do me a favor. There's a Q&A box in the chat. Just at the bottom of the tab, there's to the right, there's a Q&A box. Do me a favor, drop all of your questions in there, okay? Don't drop them in the chat because you can see how fast the chat is going. Drop your questions in there. We're not going to answer them just yet. We will answer them all at the end. So make sure that you stay until the end to get all of your questions answered, okay? Stay positive. If you start trolling, if you start dropping, links, if you try promoting other stuff, we're going to kick you out. None of that stuff here, okay? We're here to have fun. We're here to stay positive. We're here to have a great time. Now, before I get started, I just want to say I appreciate you all for being here. Time is our most valuable asset, and you, my friend, chose to be here than a dozen other things that you could have been doing on Monday. So for that, I say I am eternally grateful, okay? And I will make sure that this time will be the most valuable 90 minutes that you invest in your future this year. Now, listen, we're going to have some gifts for you, so make sure that you stay until the end. Some gifts you're going to get here on the call. Some gifts you're going to get at the end, sent to you via email. But those will only come to you if you stay until the end. Okay? Does that sound good? Are you ready to have fun? Are you ready to have a good time? Are you ready to learn some cool stuff? If you are, drop a yes in the chat for me. I'm going to share my screen and let's go ahead and get this party started, shall we? All right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, everybody. Well, listen, my name is Bashar Katu. I'm the founder and CEO at BJK University, and today I will share with you how you guys can turn AI into a work from home income stream in 30 days. How you guys can start making money from AI in the next 30 days. How many here would love to be able to make money from AI in the next 30 days? Drop a yes in the chat if that's you. I know I do. All right. Grab your notes, grab your pen, and let's go ahead and get the party started. Now, listen, before I get started here today, I do want to ask you a question. Does AI advancements feel like it's moving at 1,000 miles per hour? And do you feel overwhelmed because of it? Does it feel like things are happening just so fast? It's like, ChatGPT only came out, just a couple of years ago, and today the version of it almost looks nothing like what it was when it first came out. You don't even know where to start, what tool to use. Once you start getting used to one thing, the next thing comes out, and then the next thing comes out, and you're just kind of so overwhelmed. If that's you, drop a yes in the chat. Also, are you afraid of getting replaced by AI? Maybe you're seeing the signs on the walls. Your job is kind of coming next. Maybe you've seen other jobs in your at your at the company you work at or whatever it is that you're doing, and you feel like your job might be next, or maybe you're just not as needed as you once did. Eduardo, if we can just make sure everyone is muted, that'd be awesome, please. And you guys, please make sure that you guys mute your mics. That would be incredible. No, decline. All right. Now, are you a business owner? And competition is getting more fierce than ever due to the power of AI. You're seeing other competitors completely crushing it, maybe even getting ahead of you. They are leveraging AI, and you just don't know where to even start. You want to leverage AI, but you simply don't know where to start. Don't draw on my board. If you do, you'll be kicked out. Thank you. Now, listen, here's my thing that I want to share with you guys here today. I do not want you to get left behind. Okay? Instead, I want you to get ahead and lead from the front. And that, my friends, by learning how to become a certified AI business strategist and landing your first paying client in the next 30 days. How does that sound? Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, look, even if you have never sold anything before, have no technical experience, or know any coding, that's the beautiful thing, guys. AI is moving at such rapid speed. It is improving at such a rapid speed that if maybe you needed to learn coding, maybe you needed to know tech, a year ago, today you don't. And we will share with you how that is possible for you. Now, how can I say this? Well, listen, BJK University has been around for 7 years, believe it or not. This is our seventh year. We have worked with over 7,000 people from 47 countries and 6 continents. And we have helped people make their first $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, and $1 million. Okay. And in fact, a recent stat that we were able to accumulate was that a new member of our community earns their first $10,000 every 7.8 days. Yes, you heard that right. Every 7.8 days, a new member inside of BJK University is able to generate their first $10,000 online. Pretty cool, right? Any of our students here that are actually on screen, drop a yes in the chat if you see your face. And sorry for those of you that we couldn't make it. There's just so many of you guys. There's hundreds of you at this point that have gotten their plaques. Now, look, if you're wondering, am I at the right place? Is this the right thing for me? Should I stick around here? Well, if you are a 9-to-5er who wants to add a second income stream or fully transition out of your current career, then you, my friend, are at the right place. If you are a marketer and you realize that because of AI, the services you once used to charge thousands of dollars for simply are no longer available and your phone is not ringing anymore. Or if you are a business owner, you want to implement AI in your business and you want to grow and scale your business efficiently and not get destroyed by your competition, then you, my friend, are also in the right place. All right. Now, here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about how you can take full advantage of the AI gold rush, how you don't have to be techie or know code to profit from AI, especially in the next 30 days, and how to tap into the fire hose of businesses seeking AI solutions and who are willing to pay you between $500 to $2,000. How many here would love to be able to make between $500 to $2,000 in the next 30 days? Drop a yes in the chat if that's you. I know I do, right? We're also going to share with you today how you can get certified as an AI business strategist and land your first paying client in 30 days. how to build your first AI agent in minutes. Yes, you heard that right. We're going to show you how you can literally, with a few clicks of a button, build an AI solution that you can charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for this week. All right? Two different strategies that can help you find businesses willing to pay you between $500 to $2,000, answer all of your questions, and an AI solution built for you, which you can install in minutes and get paid for. If you stay until the end, we will give you an AI solution. We will build for you an AI solution and give it to you, and you can go start making money today. Today's Monday. Literally by Friday, you can make your first dollar from AI. How many here are excited for that? If you are, drop a yes in the chat. If you are ready to make your first dollar from AI this week, drop a heck yes in the chat. We're going to show you how to do that today. All right? Now, here's the thing. To understand how we ended up here, we have to understand where we started. Okay? So listen, about a decade ago, 11 years now, almost 11 years, I used to own a restaurant. And on April 28th, 2015, it was around 5 p.m. I left the restaurant. This is back in California, where I used to live 14 years, almost half of my life. I left to go pick up my girlfriend, now my wife. I got a call from the bartender, and the bartender's name was John. He said, "Boss, you've got to come back, man." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Boss, the kitchen is on fire, and I don't know what to do." I was like, "Well, listen, man, we've got a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. Go turn it down. Go put it down." He said, "No, boss, you don't understand. The kitchen is on fire. The fire department is here. We're all outside. You've got to come back." And that's when I knew things were serious. I texted my girlfriend. It's like, "Hey, man, I gotta go back. Something happened." And I started driving. By the time I got back, half a dozen fire engines outside, fires everywhere, smoke everywhere. And what I came to realize is that my entire restaurant that I had spent all my money, all my family's money, I had worked for 2.5 years without making a single dime, everything destroyed. But that wasn't the worst of it, because the worst of it was that I had no insurance to cover the damages. At the age of 25, my landlord sued me. He kicked me out of the business. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process, and I became $150,000 in debt. And I had a choice to make. I had a decision to make. Do I allow this experience to define my future and say, that's it, I'm a loser for the rest of my life, I have to now sit and clear my debt? Or do I say, screw it, I tried once, it did not work, there has to be a different way out there, let me go and find it? Well, guess what I decided to do? Of course, the latter. What I did was I started researching different ways of making money, and I was reunited with a friend of mine, high school friend, who said, "Hey, bro, did you know that you can make money online?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Up until then, I was only involved in restaurants, retail. You go to, you go to, you see a customer, you deliver a service, they pay you, and so on. But then I discovered making money online. I went on YouTube, started researching a whole bunch of things. How many here have been on YouTube and researched how to make money online? And you just get bombarded by all these different things and all of these different ways. And it's like so overwhelming. And I tried crypto, and I tried affiliate marketing, and I tried, trading, and I tried all kinds of things until I finally found the thing for me. And at the time was flipping products online. And you could see the picture on the right side. This is my girlfriend. This is around December of 2015. We're walking around the aisles of TJ Maxx and Home Goods and scanning products so that way we can flip them online and make money from them. Well, that's what I stuck on doing. It finally kicked for me. And 4 years later, I was able to marry the love of my life, retire my parents, clear my debt, and start living life on my own terms. And that's all because I decided that I'm not going to allow a single event change my life. Instead, I'm going to take all of the lessons. I'm going to take everything that I learned from there, and I'm going to say, you know what? What can I do to improve this? How can I make this better in the future? And that's exactly what I did. Now, that said, as my life started progressing, as I started living quote unquote large, people started asking questions. Hey, dude, just a couple of years ago, you were struggling. You were barely making it happen. What the hell happened? What did you do? What are you doing? Show me. And specifically was this guy named Zach Brown from North Carolina, 22-year-old kid who was driving for FedEx, driving about 14 hours per day. But all he wanted to do is he wanted to ride his dirt bike, go in tournaments around the country. That was his passion. But unfortunately, he was stuck. Because if he doesn't work, he doesn't have the money to go join the tournaments. And if he goes to join the tournaments, he has to take time off, which means he doesn't have the money and so on. He was stuck in a cycle. How many here feel the same? You're stuck in this vicious cycle that you can't seem to get out of. You want to do the things that you love, but you have to work. And when you work to make the money, you don't have the time to spend the money with the people that you love or doing the things that you love. Well, I started teaching Zach, and just a few short months later, he sent me a message saying, "Hey, bro, we have absolutely crushed it. We're now generating over $100,000 a month in revenue with our business." And that allowed him to quit his job, focus on his passion, and live life on his own terms. And that's when I realized not only do I have a skill that can help me create financial freedom in my life, but I can do it for others as well. And that's where BJK University was established in 2019 with a mission to impact 1 million lives by 2030 through empowering families with skills they can turn into income. And since then, we've helped thousands of people across the world, 47 countries, 6 continents, make their first 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and even $1 million. That said, from day one, my goal and my vision was always to provide people skills they can turn with money online. When I first started, it was selling products online, physical products. And that's what made sense. So I started teaching people how to do the same thing. But my goal from day one was to always provide people different skills, different ways, because not everyone wants to sell physical products, right? And so as I started researching about a year and a half ago, as I started kind of banging my head against the wall, thinking, what is the next thing? What is the next thing? What is the thing that I truly believe and that I truly believe in that will revolutionize the world, that will revolutionize how we do everything? The thing where people can leverage to make the most money in the shortest time possible with the least amount of investment. What is that thing? And after research and research and research, and I hired a team of about a dozen people to research with me, and we spent thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on research. We came up with a single thing, and that was AI. When we realized the power of AI and how it can transform our lives, how it can transform our futures, how it can transform our families' lives, I said, yes, this is it. This is exactly what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to learn everything I can. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to install it in my business. I'm going to see its impact on my business, how it can improve someone's life, how it can improve my life, how it can improve other people's lives, and so on. But then what I realized is that I am not an AI expert. I'm not an AI expert. So I started researching about why is it that I want to focus on helping people with AI? Well, as I started doing research, I realized that number one, AI could add about $4.4 trillion in annual global economy. 65% of organizations now regularly use AI, and survey shows that 91% of small businesses say that AI boosts revenue. And I'm like, holy shit, well, that's awesome. That's amazing, but I'm not an AI expert. I don't know how to leverage AI to make money from it. I know how to use ChatGPT. How many here use ChatGPT like on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? Drop yes in the chat if you use ChatGPT to like do stuff with it, right? Well, I do the same thing, but I'm not an AI expert. I can't teach people how to make money from it, which is why I reached out to a great friend of mine, Stephen Hilgard, and we started having discussions several months ago, and we actually became business partners. Now, who's Stephen? Well, number one, he has built and sold 3 7-figure businesses. He is previously the top speaker and trainer for Tony Robbins. He is also the founder of Scale and Success, which is an AI automation agency helping entrepreneurs implement AI systems. And right now, his business does multiple 7 figures a year doing exactly the same stuff that I want to teach people how to do. So I was like, well, heck, this is pretty awesome. Now, here's one other cool fact about Stephen that many people don't know. He's a 2-time black belt. So you don't want to fuck with the guy because he will probably do some crazy shit that you won't even know what the hell happened. But without any further ado, I want to bring up Stephen because according to him, that to be successful with AI, we must uncover 3 secrets. And we must know these 3 secrets in order for us to be successful with AI in 2026 and beyond. But without any further ado, I'm going to shut up for a minute And I'm going to actually bring up Steven because my man, what's up, buddy? How are you?
I am fantastic, and I never know what you're going to say in these introductions.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
So here we are. We're ready to rock.
Let's go.
Um, well, guys, listen, I'm excited. Can you see me and hear me? Can everyone just throw a one in the chat real quick? Can you see my screen? I just took over here I want to make sure. Okay, one, 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 one. Okay, great. Fantastic. I see a lot of beautiful faces. I see some familiar faces, some new ones. So I'm excited to be with you. Now, listen, I'm going to go very fast. So do me a favor, take as many notes as you can. I speak very fast. Obviously, I worked with Tony Robbins for almost a decade, so I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, and I'm fast. So I'll try my best to keep it really clear for you. If you have questions, please again drop them in the Q&A box so I can collect those at the end, and we'll spend as much time as you want today. But here's the deal. When it comes to this AI thing, especially running it as a business, there's three major like objections, questions that people have. And these are the secrets to running this business appropriately. And the first thing that people say are just like, listen, Stephen, I don't even know. Have I already missed the boat? This AI thing, it's been around for 2, 3 years now. I feel like I'm just catching up. I feel like this, but I got to tell you, secret number one here, you're not late. You're right on time. And there's something like 35 million, 36 million businesses here in the United States alone. These are small businesses. And the reason I bring that up is because most of them don't even have a plan to use AI in their business. But they did this really unique survey and they found that 8 out of 10 of these businesses, they said straight out loud, I know I need AI to stay competitive in the coming years. But most of them admitted, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to start. So here's where they're starting, which is usually with like ChatGPT, right? But this is just scratching the surface of what AI and automation is capable of to help small business owners all over the place. Ryan, get your coloring book out of here. Thank you. But here's the thing. When it comes to small business owners, the challenge here is that they're not changing it because of cost. They're not using AI because like they don't know here's what it is. The reason they're not using AI is because they just don't know where to start. They need someone like you, someone like me to guide them. They just need someone. How many of you guys, and throw it in the chat here if you don't mind, how many of you just uh, sometimes you just want to be told, tell me what to freaking do? Because it's so fast, it's so crazy. There's so many things happening in the world right now. How many of you guys feel like sometimes it would be really nice? Israel, yes. Jenny, yes. Michael Fax, yeah. And this is what most small business owners are experiencing right now, whether they're a roofer or a plumber or an electrician or a gym or a salon. There's millions of businesses who don't want to necessarily learn AI, but they want to benefit from it. And that's why it's so important that you and I come along. Because let me ask you a quick question. How much money do you think the average small business loses per year simply because they miss a few phone calls every week? Take a wild guess. Throw it in the chat here. 139, 100,000, 30 to 50,000, millions. Anybody else? Small, 10,000, 1 million? Well, if you do this search on Google, and what I found to be true is that it's averaging here in the US about $126,000 per year. Now, I don't know if you knew this, most small business owners don't do $126,000 per year, right? And for the average small business to be losing out on that much money because they just don't answer the phone. Now, you might think that's silly, right? I mean, what do you mean don't answer the phone? But imagine if you're a plumber and you get a call, it's an emergency. I got to go fix a leak. I got to go fix a toilet. I got to fix a sink. They go do that. And then while they're under a sink, the phone rings. Can they answer the phone right then and there? No, of course not. They got water everywhere. They got tools everywhere. They can't answer the phone. So what's interesting here, and maybe what I'll show you if you guys are stop drawing on my board here, I'll show you exactly how you can create a voice bot that would answer the phone intelligently, book appointments, schedule things. How many of you guys would like to see that here today? Would that be a good demonstration? Just give me a one again in the chat if that's a good one. Yes, 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 one, one, one. Okay, cool. Well, if you guys are nice, we'll do that. But listen, I just want to tell you, you're right on time. 1% of companies from Fortune 500 down to local mom and pop shops, 1% say they've kind of figured out AI. That means 99% of people are still catching up. For you and I, that means the opportunity is wide open. But listen to me now. The winners are not going to be the ones who play with AI, meaning the ones who like create funny pictures and videos, and you see all the weird deep fakes and stuff, whether it's the president or anything else. The winners are going to be the ones who learn how to use AI for real businesses to get them real results. The simpler the automation, the more valuable it is. In our AI certification program, we've identified there's 9 things that you can do for a small business that make them money, save them time, and in turn, people are just begging you to give you money to do this stuff for them. And we'll talk about that more later. But Bashard, am I making sense so far? Am I going too fast?
No, I think you're doing excellently. By the way, is this valuable, guys? Drop a yes in the chat if you're finding this valuable. Because I know when I first heard this stat, because I don't know if you guys caught it, $129,000 per year just for not answering the phone. Let me ask you guys a question. If you were a business owner, okay, and I can help you make an additional $129,000 per year, how much would you be willing to pay me? Just drop it in the chat. Just drop it in the chat. I can find you $129,000. I can add it back into your bank account. How much would you be willing to pay me? So 10K, okay? 10K, all right? 30,000, more than 20, 12, 10%, 20K, 1%, 20K, 10%, 25K, 10K. Exactly. That's a beautiful thing. And we're going to show you guys one of the things you're going to leave with here today is that AI agent thing that Stephen was talking about that you guys can literally go and install in those businesses this week. We will give it to you. We're going to show you how to build it here. And if you stay until the end, there's going to come an email into your inbox that's going to deliver a class where Stephen is going to show you how to exactly build it step by step. But here's the beautiful thing. That's just one thing that you guys can do for these businesses, which at this point where AI is, it's literally drag and drop simple. It's a matter of clicking a few buttons. When Steven showed me this a few weeks ago, I was like, wait, that's it? Like, I remember when I was a restaurant owner 12 years ago, if I had this stuff, you don't know how much more money I would have been able to make. You don't know how much more money I would have been able to save, right? And this is just one thing you guys can do for these businesses. Now, imagine what other problems they have in their businesses. Imagine what other leaky buckets they have in their businesses that you guys can provide value and get paid for. Don't charge 10. Don't even charge 5. Charge 2,000. Charge $1,000. Charge $500. Half a dozen of those a month. That's an extra $3,000 a month. Is that cool or is that cool? Right? Steve, back to you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on and we can give you examples at the end here. I want to keep this rolling here, but listen, the second thing that people always say to me is like, okay, Steve, that's really cool, but like AI, man, I got to know software. I got to know how to be a developer. I got to know coding. And that's just not true anymore. The truth is, you don't even have to be techie to do this stuff anymore because every week, I'm not exaggerating. Every week there's a tool that's brand new that makes it easier, or the tools get upgraded to make it even easier. We are getting to the point where you can just talk to a computer, tell it what you want it to do, and it will do it. And that's the point that I want to make here because most people feel like, man, I'm just not very good with tech. I'm not very good with computers. Listen, I've been doing this internet marketing thing for 20 years, and I still feel like kind of an idiot when it comes to technology. But if I can do it, literally anybody can do it. So let me just kind of prove the point here. How many of you have heard of some of these pieces of software here, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Midjourney, Gemini, Grok? Just give me if you've heard of any one of them. Yes, 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 yes. So these are pretty common these days, especially with people who are like now it's kind of getting out there where people are using ChatGPT every day and they're starting to get used to it and all this stuff. Abdullah said, I use ChatGPT every day, right? So here's a couple of pieces of software that maybe you don't know or not familiar with. And you might want to write these ones down. So there's Make, N8N, and Zapier. Now, these 3 pieces of software, if you haven't known it, Zapier's been around for decades now, but these are softwares that basically duct tape the internet together. And these are the softwares that AI strategists are usually using to connect it to small businesses. As an example, I'm going to show you today how to create a voice bot that will answer the phone for you, do everything, talk to people, take orders, schedule appointments, all the good stuff. But you got to find a way to connect it to a calendar. And that's what Maker, N89, or Zapier uses. And so for most people, they're just like, oh my God, that's too scary. But I'm telling you, it's click, 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 it's done. It's really simple to use these softwares and they get easier every single week. But let me tell you here on the bottom here, we have 11 Labs, Vappy, and ManyChat. Now, these are examples where someone decided that, you know what? I'm not going to focus on all AI can do. I'm going to create a program that's just for one use. 11 Labs and Vappy do voice receptionists or voice bots, as an example. And ManyChat does text bots for like social media and everything. You guys have probably experienced this on social media already when you go on Instagram and someone's like, comment this below this post. And there's an automation that happens where it talks to you and tells you, here's this cool thing you asked for. Here's this guide. Let me get your email. Let me send you an email. Those are automations that in 2026, every single business owner should be using, not because they're lazy, but because it's the best way to get the best customer service out there, right? Imagine being able to handle every phone call, every message, everything all automatically. That's what these are. That's the point. The truth is, small business owners don't want flashy, crazy AI robots and everything. What they want is a simple fix that saves time, stops mistakes, and makes them money. And this is something that I say all day long because people still feel like you have to be this tech genius, and you just don't. The plumber in Arkansas doesn't care. They just want the phone answered. The pest control guy in New York doesn't care about all the technology. They just want to make sure their Instagram gives them leads, right? Understand that for most small business owners, they don't want anything fancy. They just want their problems fixed. And that's what we talk about throughout this entire thing.
That's
Does that
all.
make sense? I mean, I'm saying, Bashar, I'm out here saying like, oh, you don't got to be a tech genius. Am I over speaking here?
No, well, one thing that I do want to ask everyone here, how many of you registered to this event from Instagram? My personal Instagram. Drop a yes in the chat. If you saw me make a post, you replied to it. Maybe you replied the word AI, and then you got a link in the chat. Well, that's exactly what that was. That wasn't me sending you the link because I have 2.2 million followers. It's just not humanly possible. I can put people back there, but it's not humanly possible, right? We have nearly 200 people registered, in this room right now. In order for us to get 200 of you to show up here, we had about 1,000 people register. In order for us to get 1,000 people to register, we had probably sent out like 3,000 links. Not humanly possible. And why would I spend money when I can just have a simple automation do it, right? For you, it's like, doesn't matter if a human sends it to you or a system sends it to you, as long as you get the link to show up, right? And as long as the link works and as long as it guides you to the right place, that's that, right? That said, so that's one example. And this is like the simplest stuff. It's like literally, a couple, and I already saw a few of you guys that already work with ManyChat and already have implemented it. Here's the thing. I own an online marketing company. We are an online business. We understand this stuff. The plumber in Arkansas that Stephen was talking about does not. You can learn how to do this in a matter of minutes and install it for that guy, help him make an additional 10, 20, 30, 50, $129,000 per year and get paid $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, right? But I want to stop talking and I want to start showing. So Steve, can you do me a favor and just show everyone here how easy it is to create this voice receptionist that you were talking about and how it because I think like you could have said it to me how easy it was, but until you showed it to me, I was like, oh shit, this is really easy.
It's really easy. Are you guys all cool? Can I just show you real quick? Is that all right?
Drop a yes
Steve,
in the chat
yes?
if you guys are cool with Steven
Yeah.
sharing with you
Okay.
guys how to set
I
this
don't
up.
want to bore you if it's not interesting, but okay, cool. So I am in this software called 11 Labs. I mentioned it before. The website is 11labs.io. That's the website, right? So 11 Labs does two things really, really well. Well, it does one thing really well, but there's two use cases. One, it's a voice platform. Joy, get your writing out of here. I'm trying to speak. So in here, you'll see there's an agents platform and a creative platform. The creative platform allows you to do translations and all sorts of cool stuff like that. The agents platform is what we're going to do here. And I'm in here right now. Now, I created one earlier just so you don't have to sit there and wait. But all you had to do is click new agent and type in their website address, and it pulls all the information automatically for you. So that was step one. All I did was find a business, find their website, copy and paste it in there. That's all I did to get this. And what it did was it automatically created an agent for me. And all I did, so to give you an example, I've got a favorite steakhouse down the street. Bashar and I are always competing to see who can find the coolest steakhouse, right? So I found the steakhouse down near me. It's one of my favorites called Elliot's. So I took their website, I slapped it inside of here, and I didn't write any of this. It created everything inside of here. You are an AI assistant representing Elliott Steakhouse, a restaurant in downtown Chandler, Arizona, located in the historic Rowena Theater Building. You are polite, efficient, and knowledgeable about the menu and services offered. You aim to provide excellent service, blah, 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 blah. Okay. We don't, again, I'm not going to bore you here, but I'll share this with you real quick. I got to make sure I'm sharing sound too, so you can actually hear it. So you can choose the voice, you can choose the language, you can choose the language model if you wanted to, and you can even write, what do you want the first message to be when they did this? So I said, you know what? Just say, thanks for calling. Are you ready to place an order for pickup? Because it'd be kind of nice to pick up something. So let me just show you what it spit out. I hit preview, and I can call this agent right here.
Thanks for calling. Are you ready to place an order for pickup?
Yeah, but I don't know what I want.
No problem at all. I can certainly help you with that. Would you like me to tell you about our menu items or perhaps our daily specials?
Yeah, please tell me what do most people order?
Many of our guests really enjoy our 18-ounce ribeye, which is a classic for a reason. Our pan-seared salmon is also very popular, especially for those looking for a lighter option. We also have our Elliott's Signature Burger, which is a fantastic choice if you're in the mood for something hearty.
The ribeye sounds good. What goes with it?
That's an excellent choice. Our 18-ounce ribeye comes with your choice of two delicious sides. Popular options include our creamy mashed potatoes, roasted asparagus, or our house-made mac and cheese. Do any of those sound appealing, or would you like to hear about other side dishes?
Ooh, tell me more about the mac and cheese.
Our house-made mac and cheese is a rich and creamy dish, featuring a blend of 3 different cheeses baked to perfection with a golden, crispy topping. It's a comforting and flavorful accompaniment that many of our guests absolutely love with their steak. It truly complements the savory notes of the ribeye beautifully.
Okay, that sounds good too. When can I pick it up?
Excellent. So, to confirm, you would like the 18-ounce ribeye with a side of our house-made mac and cheese. Is there anything else I can add to your order today?
No, that
Once we
sounds
finally
good.
Wonderful. Just to clarify, the 18-ounce ribeye comes with 2 sides. You mentioned the mac and cheese. What would you like for your second side? Once we
Oh,
have that, I can give you an estimated pickup time and the total price.
so I'll end it there, but you guys get the idea. Is that cool or what? Just give me. Lachelle says I'm hungry. Me too. You guys tell me, does that make sense? Again, how valuable would that be to a business owner, especially a busy restaurant who can't always answer the phone? Let me ask it another way. How many of you have called a restaurant or a business and they didn't pick up the damn phone? Has anybody experienced this before? And how frustrating is it when you're trying to, make an appointment, you're trying to get a reservation at a restaurant, you're trying to, it was so funny. My dad moved down to Arkansas. That's why I keep saying Arkansas. But he was trying to get someone to help him with his deck. He had to call 5 different businesses just to get someone to answer the phone. And which one do you think he paid? The 5th one that actually answered the phone. And so this is, we understand that this is really about the problems. It's not about the technology. The technology is great. But what we're doing together is we're helping small businesses solve these problems. Was that cool? Is that a good enough demonstration there, Bashar?
Again, when you showed me this, like I can tell you right now, if this was 10 years ago, 12 years ago when I had my restaurant, you don't know how much money you would have made me just by doing this. And you guys saw how long it took him. It literally, like he literally built it from quote unquote scratch. Like whatever you saw there, that was from scratch. It took an entire 2.5 minutes to build this thing, right? Now, the business owners don't, it's not about they don't know about the stuff. They're not interested in learning because they've got a busy freaking business to run. They'd rather pay someone 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, 2,000 bucks to build it for them and maintain it. And it's not just about the one-time payment. You charge 1,000 bucks for this, and it's like, hey, here's an extra three, four, $500 a month to maintain it. Hey, we changed this menu item. Hey, we did this. Hey, we did that, right? And that's how you get your foot in the door. And then beyond that, you start, hey, what about email? Hey, what about invoicing? Hey, what about payroll? What about this thing? What about that thing? And you start building all these different things for them. As Steven says, we don't want customers, we want clients, right? We want repeated clients that come back time and time again, refer us to other business and so on, right? Back to you, Steve.
Beautiful. Okay, I got one more secret and we can continue. But if this has been valuable, just give me a yes again in the chat. If again, I don't want to bore you guys. I want to make sure that you're getting this. Okay, cool. All right. So here's the last thing. And people are like, well, okay, it's cool. I get it, but man, how am I going to get clients? If I'm actually going to turn this into a career or business, like how the heck do I get people out there? There's nobody asked me for AI stuff. And that might be true, but listen, people are already begging for help right now. And I'll show you a couple different sources that you can use today if you want to. I would love to have you as a student. I would love to have you to join us for the certification program. But the truth is, you could do this right here, right now, if you wanted to. And the thing is that most beginners feel like if I'm brand new to this, why would anybody hire me? Well, you saw the software. You saw how easy it was to do it. The technology is not the hard part. The difficult part is learning how to speak to people and where to find them, right? And that's why I want to kind of show you there are platforms that people are already begging for help on. So how many of you have heard of Upwork? And just show me a yes if you've heard of Upwork before in the past. Yes, yes, a couple of you guys. So if you haven't heard of Upwork, it's kind of an old platform. It's a marketplace where people can post jobs and people can apply and do, like, hey, I want someone to build me a website, and people apply like, I can build you a website, no problem. Now, a lot of people used to think this was like kind of a joke, right? Because it was like, wow, that's for cheap people and they don't want to pay anybody. But the truth is, there is no centralized place for someone to get help with AI right now. And so there's millions of businesses who are scrambling, trying to get help with AI to create a voice bot or a chat bot or answer customer service or do invoicing or any sort of thing like that. And there's nowhere they can go. So they're going back to these old platforms and they're starting to use them to post jobs. Hey, would someone please build me a voice bot? Would someone please build me an AI website? Would someone please build me a chat bot? And they're not paying $5 or $10. They're paying thousands of dollars, even on these platforms. Someone mentioned Fiverr here in the chat. Fiverr is another good example. So people are getting overwhelmed with requests on these platforms now. And if you had no place to start, this is one of the ones that I teach people like, hey, listen, you can throw up a profile. You can send out 1 or 2 proposals a day and you can make money in your first week. Actually, we had a couple of students when their first like 2 days, they made, $25, $100, $200, whatever. It was great because they just sent out a proposal and they finished the job in like 10 seconds. And now you might say like $50, like who cares? But if it took you 10 seconds, like would that be bad? I don't think so. I would do that, not a problem, right? So there are these platforms and I'll show you this too, but listen, you got to remember this. People don't have a full-time hire to do AI stuff for them. Bashar and I were talking about this before, when he had the restaurant, and I had a karate school. That was my first big business. I paid a woman $60,000 a year, and her main job was to answer the phone. Now, can you imagine that? Now, it wasn't about, do I want to replace her with AI? Because she was a fantastic employee. She was a fantastic manager. I loved her to death. But for her to do more valuable work than answer the phone, like she was more valuable talking to people, helping teach class, helping do other things that were more valuable than us answering the phone and scheduling appointments. Or are you open today? Yes, we're freaking open. But imagine you had to pay someone $60,000 a year to say, yes, we're open today. I mean, sounds a little silly. Bashar, you had something too where you were taking orders online, right? Is that
I mean, we most of our work was delivery, and a lot of people would call, and sometimes it's not even to place an order, but it's more of like, hey, is that special still valid? Do I get a liter of Coca-Cola with this pizza? It's like, yeah, dude, you do. Like it says it on the website, it says it on social media, it says it everywhere, you know?
You know what's interesting, Darcel, hopefully I'm saying that properly, but please put that in the Q&A too, because the message came up. Upwork and Fiverr are so saturated. But here's the thing that you don't realize on these platforms. There's a new gig being posted for AI every 2 minutes on Upwork. Even if every one of us on here did 10 gigs a day, we would never get to the amount that were there. And I'll tell you, the only reason if you don't get work on there is because you're not doing proposals right. Your profile sucks. And I say that in the nicest way possible, but we're going to help you recreate that in a way that's actually going to get you the attention that you want. Because, like I said, we had a few students who had never been on there ever before, and they started taking gigs away from other people, right? So, with that being said, people are already turning to these. And one thing that you may or may not know is nobody really wants a PhD, right? They're not looking for a rocket surgeon to be able to do AI for them. All people want to know on these platforms are, can you freaking help me? Are you a real human being and can you do the job? Sometimes even doing a simple automation with like a spreadsheet is enough to get your first paid client. And on Upwork and Fiverr, these platforms, the job is not to like try to do your entire business on Upwork. That's silly. What we want is to get some experience and get a first couple of dollars, but then we want to have positive conversations with those people to turn them into clients. What do I mean? What's the difference between a customer and a client? A customer is someone who pays you one time and you never talk to them again. A client is someone who pays you each and every month that you can now build your business and help them with more, like Bashar said earlier, more than just a chatbot, more than just a voice bot, but you can help them with all that sort of stuff. Now, again, some people say that, oh, they're only doing it for 50 bucks or 10 bucks. I can't do that. But can I just show real quick some of the jobs I found just before we got on this webinar? Can I show you guys this? Is that yes, no, something? A couple of you guys? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. So I literally went on to Upwork and I typed in voice bot. That's all I typed in. And I went in here and I said, okay, do entry level and intermediate because maybe I don't feel super confident, right? Here's someone who wants a retail voice engineer. They fancy words, but a voice bot. Here we've got $1,000 budget. Here's another one that has a $1,500 budget. Here's another one that has 450 bucks, 400 bucks, 400 bucks, 150 bucks, $1,100. So like you look at this really quick and you start to say like, wait a second, there are people on here. Now you might say, well, 400 bucks, whatever. Are they legit? Are they a real person? Well, this company spent $10,000. This person's already spent $10,000. This person spent $20,000. Here's the big difference. You have to know how to talk to these people. If some of you guys in the chat right now, you're struggling on Upwork or Fiverr, it's not because you can't do the job. It's not because you're not doing the proposals. It's because maybe you don't speak the same language that these guys do. And I'm not talking about English or French or Spanish. I'm talking about language of their business, their problems, their challenges. That's what you have to learn how to master. And that's when we talk about the AI certification. That's the big thing that we're working on here. So here's the thing that people want to know. Whether it's someone on Upwork or Fiverr, or the local car dealership down the street from you, or a website designer, they just want to know, are you a real person and can you help me do that? So listen, you don't need to be a genius. People are already begging for this. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope that kind of answered some of the challenges and questions that you guys might have. But Bashar, am I making sense? Am I?
Yeah, you're definitely making sense, man. And one thing that I do want you to share, if you don't mind, you said earlier that I can't remember where I heard you say it. Maybe it was in a call in another call, but you were saying something about like there's a new job being posted on Upwork every I don't know so many minutes,
Every
every like
2 minutes
2 minutes,
on Upwork right now. Yeah, the
every two
CEO
minutes.
came out and said every 2 minutes we're getting a new AI job posting on there.
Just think about that, guys. A new AI job. He did not say a new job. He said a new AI job being posted on the platform every 2 minutes. And as Steven said, you don't need to like build your business there for the rest of your life, but that's where you can start. And they are available. People there that are legit, people there that are actually spending thousands of dollars on these things. And you can learn how to do this stuff with literally minutes. You can literally just become a voice bot specialist, just like what Steven just showed earlier. And then just say, you know what? That's all I'm going to focus on. I'm just going to focus on this. How many here when Steven was going through the chat bot thing, the voice bot thing, you're like, yeah, I could do that. Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, yeah, I could do that. How many here looking at the Upwork thing, you're like, yeah, I could go, I can go land at least a couple jobs a week and get paid 200 here, 300 there, 500 there, maybe $1,000 there. Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's easy enough for me to learn. It doesn't matter how old or young I am. It doesn't matter if I speak English fluently or I don't. Like, this stuff is simple for everyone to do. And that's the beautiful thing about this. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much experience or lack of thereof you have. You could do it because it's that easy. And the beautiful thing about this, it's only going to get easier. It's only going to get faster. It's only going to get better. I saw a question earlier. Doesn't that mean a lot of jobs are going to get replaced by AI? No. A lot of jobs are going to get replaced by someone who knows how to use AI. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, do I know how to use AI? If not, someone else who knows how to use AI is going to replace me or replace the opportunity that I might be able to take for myself. Does that make sense? Drop a yes in the chat if that makes sense. All right, cool. Now, listen, here's the thing. We've been together for almost an hour now, and we got more. We got a lot more. I'm going to make sure that, we're going to dedicate at least, we might be here today for a couple more hours. I don't know. I'm seeing a bunch of questions come in. The Q&A section is filling up. But at this moment, right here, right now, you've got a decision to make. Okay? How many here took some notes? Drop yes in the chat if you took some notes. Drop here in the chat if you heard or saw things that you had not heard or heard about. Drop yes in the chat if if you learned some valuable stuff here today. Drop yes in the chat if you found value today. Okay? Now, hopefully you did. Now, here's the thing. We've been together for almost an hour. Joy, don't draw on my board, please. We've been together for almost an hour. Okay? And you can take everything that we just talked about over the past hour, and you can go and try to do this by yourself. You say, you know what? I'm going to try to learn this. I'm going to try to learn how to leverage AI, how to land a business, how to talk to them, how to get them to pay me. And fortunately, this is going to be the longer way of doing it. This is going to be the stressful way of doing it. There's no guarantee of results because you don't know what you don't know. This is going to be painful, expensive, and long. And let me tell you, time is our most valuable asset. It's not money, because money you can make again. How many here have spent money on something, or maybe something happened, you lost money or whatever, and you felt a little sad, but then a week goes by, a month goes by, a year goes by, you remake that money again, right? Money you can make again. Time you cannot. How many here have figured out a way to go back in time? I know I haven't. The closest I've gotten to time travel is watching Back to the Future, right? And I can tell you that doing it alone is the stressful way, is the painful way, is the expensive way, it's the long way, because the first 7 businesses I launched, I did it by myself. And guess what happened to those businesses? All gone. Because I try to do it all by myself. Okay? Then there is the second option. And that is where we do it together. This is where you leverage our combined experience between Steven and I. We've got 12 businesses that we have each founded, scaled, some sold, gained experience from. Combined experience of over 23 years of experience, of business experience between him and I. That's not even including our teams, which we've got over a dozen people in our team. This is where we're going to support you. We're going to hold you accountable. This is the most affordable because you're going to be able to avoid costly mistakes. This is the fastest we shrink time for you because we give you a step-by-step process to follow. In fact, within 30 days, land your first client, make your first dollar. And this is the most fun. And why and how can I be confident in saying this is going to be the most fun? Because one of our core values at BJK University is fun. right? And listen, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, why the hell do it? Why the hell do it? If you're not excited every day waking up, you're like, hell yeah, I can't wait to fricking do this. Why the hell do it? I know I don't want to do anything that does not excite me. And maybe you've been doing something that does not excite you. But 2026 is your year, my friend, to change that. So look, I want to ask you a question. Steve and I have been working together for a while now, and we've put something very special for you that we truly believe can transform your 2026. Our goal is to help you make money with AI inside of this year. But my question for you is, do I have your permission to share what we got for you here today? Drop yes in the chat if I've got your permission to take the next 3 to 5 minutes to share with you guys what we have for you and what we believe can help you guys make money with AI in 2026 and how you, my friend, can be positioned to crush it this year. Because 2026 can either be another year or it can be the year. The decision is yours. This is the 5th day of the year. How you start things is how you do things, is how you finish things. And unless you start taking different action starting today, this is going to be just another year. So do I have your permission to spend the next 3 to 5 minutes to share with you what we've got for you guys here? Drop a yes in the chat if I do. All right. Seeing some yeses. Okay. Now do me a favor, drop drum roll in the chat. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll for me in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you guys the AI Business Strategist Certification Program. The AI Business Strategist Certification Program. All of you guys take a screenshot of this slide for me, please. Take a screenshot of the slide. Going once, going twice. Okay, perfect. So look, here's what you get with the AI certification program. Number one, you get a 30-day sprint, on-demand videos, and execution sprints on landing your first paying client in 30 days from now. How many here? Grab your calendars, grab your phone for me, and go to your calendar and look 30 days out. That is whatever that is. That's March or February 6th or February 7th. How cool would it be if by February 7th, you have landed your first client and you've made your first dollar with AI? Drop a yes in the chat if that would be cool. Drop a yes in the chat if that would be like an awesome year. You're like, hell yeah, getting started here pretty awesomely. Well, my friends, that could be you. And that alone is valid at $2,997. The second thing, well, this is actually what it would look like. So the first week, you get started today. This week, you'll learn just enough AI to create demos and speak intelligently. Just like what Steven showed you. We will teach you just enough so that way you can create a demo like this and go present it. We don't want to turn you into an expert day one. We want to turn you into a sounding like an expert in the beginning. Week number 2, get customers lined up ready to pay you. Week number 3, learn how to deliver quickly. That's when we go a little bit more in depth into how to create AI, how to build AI, how to deliver AI. And week number 4, get paid. Today is January 5th. By February 7th, you could have made your first dollar with AI. If that would be possible, wouldn't that be cool? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, hell yeah, that would be freaking cool. All right. So that's the first thing that you would get with this. The second thing you would get is a 90-day mastermind. We're going to give you a community, which I'll actually do a walkthrough in a little bit. We're going to give you a community. We're going to give you weekly Q&A sessions where Steven himself and his coaches will be live answering your questions, making sure that you know everything, all of your questions are answered, all confusion is avoided, and you, my friend, are rocking and rolling. And that alone is valid at $4,997. The third thing is you get unlimited one-on-one coaching by Steven and his coaches. Let me ask you guys a question. How valuable would it be if you've got Steven in your phone book and you can dial him at any time, you can have conversations with him at any time, and you can get him to answer any question you want anytime? Drop a yes in the chat if you believe that would be freaking valuable. When I started my first online business about 11 years ago, man, I had none of this. I had none of this. And let me tell you, if I had just someone like Steven that I can talk to once a month for like 5 minutes, let me tell you, I would have probably quadrupled my net worth by now. And that alone is valid at $3,000. Although honestly, we probably missed a couple zeros there because he's definitely worth more than $3,000. And for unlimited coaching for 3 months, think about that. So here's just kind of a recap of everything you would get today. Number one, 30-day sprint, on-demand videos plus execution sprint to secure your first client within 30 days, my friends. $2,997, 90-day mastermind plus community. You get a community of other like-minded people, weekly Q&A sessions to answer your questions and avoid confusion, valued at $4,997, 3 months of unlimited one-on-one coaching, valued at $3,000, to a total value of $10,994. Is that cool? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, hell yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's roll. Well, here's the thing. At BJK University, we do things extra. We go the extra 7 miles, not just the single mile. Because we're going to throw in some fast action bonuses because fast action takers are the money makers, and that's who we want inside of our community. So fast action bonus number one, you get what we call the client engine. You get templates, scripts. How many here are wondering, like, what the hell do I tell these people? How many is wondering, is like, okay, well, I'm going to find them, but what do I say to them? How do I get them on the phone? How do I enroll them? How do I do this? How do I do that? We're going to give you templates, scripts, emails, DMs, everything. Everything you need to know. You don't got to guess. We will give it to you. You just copy paste. And that alone is valued at $1,297. Fast action number two, offer pack. You will get 20 pre-built use cases on exactly what to deliver to these businesses. Remember what Stephen was showing you earlier? He showed you one use case, which is a voice bot. We're going to give you a couple dozen different use cases that you can go to these businesses and help them with. So that way, maybe you get your foot in the door with a single use case. But listen, all businesses look the same. They all struggle with the same stuff. It's all customer service, product delivery or service delivery, hiring, firing, invoicing, that kind of stuff. All business the same. Doesn't matter if it's a plumber, if it's an online education business, if it's a consultant, whatever it is, they all have the same problems. We're going to show you the different problems that you can offer solutions for and get paid and make clients, not just customers. Business Locator Kit, a list of 22 plus local business types you can pick from to secure your first client in less than 30 days. That's plumbers, that's HVAC, that's, landscapers. We've got a list of 22, or I think at this point, Stephen, I think it's more like 30 or something like that. Different business types that you can pick from and land your first client in 30 days. And that's valid at $14.97. Bonus number four, we will secure your first client. Let me say that one more time. Not only are we going to show you where to find these clients, not only are we going to show you how to talk to them, we will actually help secure your first client for you. Can it get any more no-brainer than this? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, this alone is more valuable than everything else. We will help secure your first client for you at no extra cost to you. And that alone is valued at $1,497. And we will build your first AI solution for you. So you go land a client, you're ready to roll. What we'll do is we will actually land that AI solution for you. We will build it for you. Stephen and his expert coaches will build the AI solution for you. So we're going to teach you how to do it. We're going to teach you how to get clients. We're going to teach you what to say to them. We're going to teach you how to talk to them. We're gonna do it for you. We're gonna literally land the client for you, and we will build your first AI solution at no extra cost. Valued at $2,497. And you, my friend, get a ticket to fly over to Miami for 2 days, spend it with me, our entire team, and our entire community for 2 days. And let me tell you, these events are off the freaking charts. These events are incredible. If you've made your first 10K or 100K, we'll give you a plaque in person. We'll go out to some of my favorite restaurants. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that my wife and I are foodies, although we work pretty hard on our figure, but we're foodies, man. We love our food. And let me tell you, you get to hang out with us at some of our favorite restaurants here in Miami. And let me tell you one thing. You know what they say, proximity is power and your network is your net worth. Imagine having in your phone book other 5, 6, 7 figure earners, spending 2 days in a room with other entrepreneurs, other, builders, other trailblazers, other people that want to crush life. Imagine what that will do for you. How many here have been to a seminar in person, an event in person, a business event in person? You came out of there like, holy shit, wow. Well, take that, multiply it by 10, and that's what this is. If you do nothing with this program, you just fly into Miami for those 2 days, your life will transform. Okay? So here's everything you get, my friend. 30-day sprint, valued at $2,997. 90-day mastermind, community, plus Q&A live calls every week, valued at $4,997. 3 months of unlimited one-on-one coaching by Steven and his coaches, valued at $3,000. You get 6 fast action bonuses. Client engine, templates, scripts, emails, DMs, everything you need to know about what to say to these people. $1,297. Offer pack, 20 pre-built use cases. Exactly what to install in these businesses, how to continue creating recurring clients. Valued at $1,997. Business locator kit, 22 different business types, not different businesses, different business types, with hundreds of thousands of businesses in each bucket. Okay, valued at $1,497. We will help secure your first client. We will get on the phone with them. We will enroll them. We will sell them for you. Okay, your first AI solution built by us. So not only are we going to teach you how to do it, we're going to do it for you. And a ticket to our in-person event. All total value $22,279. Now, is it worth charging 22 grand? That's not the price, but if we were going to charge 22,000, how many here believe that it would be worth it? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, hell yeah, bro. All right, what are you kidding? I've paid 25,000 once to jump on a call with an entrepreneur coach of mine. Steven knows exactly who he is, for a single hour. I've paid up to $25,000 to get with a guy for a single hour. That $25,000 has probably added about $5 million into my business. Imagine just the one-on-one calls with Steven, how much they would add value. Imagine spending 2 days with me and our team here in Miami, how much they would add value. So I know 22,000 is worth it, but we know we wanted to make it a lot more affordable for a lot of you guys. And we thought, hey, what if we charge 20,000 for it? Would it be worth it? Well, absolutely, man. I've invested over $1,078,000 in coaches, masterminds, consultants. I have paid up to $150,000 per year to be in a mastermind. And do you know what that did? That $1,000,000 that I've invested has helped me generate over 37 million. Wouldn't you agree that that's an investment worth it? Of course. It's not about the money. It's about the value that you receive. Money is what you pay, value is what you receive. As long as the value exceeds the money, then it's worth it. But we thought, you know what? We want to make it more affordable. What if we charge 15 grand for this? What if we charge 15 grand? Well, listen, Steven alone, he's built and sold 3 7-figure businesses. He's going to coach you one-on-one, unlimited for the next 3 months. How many here agree just his time is worth more than that? I have seen him charge thousands of dollars for a single hour of his time with a single client. Now imagine he's going to be coaching you one-on-one for the next 3 months. How crazy is that? But that's not what we're going to charge you. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, are you all ready to know? Are you all ready to know? What is the tuition for you to start this program and land your first paying client in the next 30 days? Drop yes in the chat if you're like, man, stop the hype, stop the talk, send me a link. I'm ready to roll. I want to do this. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to transform this life of mine. I'm here. I'm ready to take action. I'm ready to make 2026 the year. Not another year. I'm ready to make it the year. Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, I'm ready. Let's roll. Well, good news, bad news. Good news. Actually, bad news first. Bad news. We don't just take anyone. And unfortunately, there is about 175 of you here on this call, and only about a dozen of you are going to be allowed into this program this month. And in order for you to take part of this program, you have to schedule a call with our team. And there's a screening process that we take you through. So in the chat, you're going to find a link that someone from our team just dropped. When you click on that link, I'm going to show you what's going to happen, and I'm going to show you when you click on that link, but I need to deliver this to you first. When you click on that link, there is something very simple that's going to happen. There's going to be a few questions that you're going to answer. Please take your time and answer those questions. Please provide your correct email address. Please provide your correct phone number. If we try to email you, try to call you, and it's the wrong stuff, you're just going to immediately get disqualified. There's 175 of you here. We're only going to allow 12 people. So let me see. 12 divided by 175, that's about 6%, almost 7%. Okay? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Listen, we take the results of our clients very seriously. We have a very high standard for our programs. We're not just some, course company that slings courses left and right. If we did, I would have a link. Everyone that's got money can go buy. Even if you've got 22 grand and you're like, here's my credit card, go charge me, we're not going to take your money. You have to go through the screening process. Everyone that's enrolled in this, who here is one of our students? Regardless which program you're in, Amazon, AI, whatever, drop the name of the program you're in, like mentorship, accelerator, whatever. Every single one of these people went through the same exact process. This is about a 30, 45-minute call. This is not some like, 2-question, 5-minute, okay, here's your card number, let's roll. It's none of that. We're going to sit there. A few things are going to happen on that call. Number one, we're going to understand who you are and why do you want to do this? Why is this important for you? Listen, our reputation is on the line here. For us, the better the fit, the better the results. And we would rather reject people than allow some people, make a few bucks from them right now, and then later they don't find success, and then now it's on us. We take your success very seriously. And if we're going to allow you in, we expect you to do the same thing. So we're going to make sure that we can help you first of all. We're going to make sure that you're serious about this, that once you come in, that you're actually going to commit. Because if you're going to come in, you're going to give us your money. It's like, how good is that? Listen, we're a for-profit business. This is not a non-profit. We are a for-profit business. We've got, people like Steven. Man, he's not cheap, right? Our expert coaches, they're not cheap. That said, they also do not want to waste their time with a bunch of tire kickers. And so we want to make sure that we screen everyone that comes in. So listen, when you click the link in the chat, I'm going to just walk you guys through it real quickly. Where's that link? Okay. So when you click on the link in the chat, here's what's going to happen. Answer these questions. So let's just say this is me about 10 years ago, and I'm going to answer these questions. So I want financial freedom. How much would you like to make per month? I wanted to make about $10,000 per month. How much money do you currently make per month? I was making about 3 to 5 grand per month. Why have you not been able to accomplish? Lack of proper knowledge and guidance. What is your current financial ability? So I didn't have money in the bank, but I knew I could get access to money. I knew I had people I can borrow money from. I was able to, bring partners into the business and so on. If you're accepted, when can you join? Shit, yesterday. Let's roll. All right, so my name. Boom. My email. My phone number. All right. And then you're going to go here, and then you're going to be able to schedule a call. Estuardo, please cancel my call. So let's just say, I'm going to schedule it here. So Bashar at bjku.com. It's not my accurate number, by the way. Put your phone numbers here just so that way you guys can, what the hell happened here? Oh, man. Okay, whatever happened there. Schedule event. All right. United States. Whoever's unmuted, can you please mute yourself? Okay. There you go. All right. Once this is done, confirmed, it's going to go to this page where you can watch this. I would highly recommend that you watch this video, then you watch this podcast, and then you wait for this for your call. Okay. Now understand, if you for whatever reason you get the call, but you do not answer the phone or you cannot attend to the call, then your call will be disqualified and you will not be able to join. Okay, so understand this. Very, very, very important. So it's really important that you are in a quiet area, that you take the call on time, that you talk to our representatives. Okay, cool. All right. Now, just to go back here very quickly, all you got to do is you got to schedule that call and get on a call with our team. Now, listen, as I mentioned earlier, this offer expires either by Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, 11:59 p.m. EST, or when we get 12 people to join. Either or, whichever comes earlier, we will close the doors. Okay. Now, if you just want the certification program, you're like, I don't want all this other stuff. We also have a second program for you, which is the 30-day sprint, the on-demand videos plus the execution sprint, the 90-day mastermind, right? So those two. So you get the step-by-step and the community, which I'll show you here in a minute. And we're going to throw in three bonuses. We're going to throw in the client engine, we're going to throw in the offer pack, and we're going to throw in the business locator kit. And that's valid at $12,785. And obviously, to get it, you also got to schedule a call. So these are the two offers, the two programs that are available for you right now. Do me a favor, take a screenshot of this slide, just so that way you have it in front of you. I would highly recommend, if you qualify and if you actually make it on the phone, I would highly recommend you go here. Now, if for whatever reason your financial situation, you can't afford it, don't worry. We've got many different payment options. We've got financing partners. We have many different things that you can start with as little as like a few $100 right now or whatever. So don't worry about that. If the fit is right, we will make the money work. Let me say that one more time. If the fit is right, we will make the money work. The money will not stop us. I was $150,000 in debt when I started my entrepreneurial online journey. Okay? Money's never the issue because it's never a lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. Okay? Awesome. So do me a favor, Aswad, if you can drop that link in the chat if you haven't already. Click that link. Understand, guys, we're only allowing 12 people in. And there's, at this point, about 150 of you guys. So just do the numbers. We're talking about like less than 10% here, right? So click the link, go register, stay here, okay? I promise we're going to be here together for 90 minutes. We've been together for a little bit less than that. We will probably be here for probably another hour and a half because we're going to spend the next hour to 2 hours answering questions. And I want to make sure that you guys do not leave here today unless all of your questions are answered, okay? I know the Q&A is blowing up. Do me a favor, guys. Take all of your questions that you guys have been dropping in the chat and put them in the Q&A because Steve and I are going to start with the Q&A and we're going to start answering those questions for you first. Okay? So do me a favor and do that for us here. Steve, you here, my friend? You want to answer some question?
Yeah. Let me drop the link one more time. Guys, fill that out. Like Bashar said, there's options for everybody. Just go fill out the form, see if you're a good fit for the boot camp and all that good stuff, the certification. And if not, there's other options for you as well. So jump in there. And please, 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 don't send me a private message. Ask the question in the Q&A. I want to answer everybody here so you don't get left behind. So hit the little Q&A box. Should be at the bottom of your thing. And I think if you guys can find it, we only got a handful in there and we've got like a couple dozen in the chat. So guys, please, please, please rewrite your question in the Q&A. Okay, Bashar, does BJKU use AI for the Amazon FBA program? Can they be used together?
So I think I understand the question. We have implemented AI in the Amazon program. So yes, we actually just relaunched our Amazon program by leveraging AI. So the short answer is yes. If you are in that program, great. If you want to upgrade to the AI and or upgrade within the Amazon ecosystem, I would also recommend that you book that call and you chat with our team and see what options are available for you.
Cool. Fight is asking, is this business solely for United States citizens? I can answer that one. I think out of our current 40 or so that are in the mastermind right now, I think there's only like four or five that are in the US. Everyone else is outside of the US. So if that's you, anybody is able to do this from whatever country you're from, whatever, as long as you got an internet connection, like, yeah, that's cool. I was surprised too, Fida. I didn't think, I thought we were going to have more Americans in the group, but we have more people from outside than we do in. So, and I think I'm one of them. So I think we only got like three people from the US. So cool. Clayton, what are the best tools and websites to use for this, and which types of businesses are best to reach out to gain clients? Clayton, that's a huge question. I'll try to answer best I can. So today we use the tool of 11 Labs. You can use that by yourself right away. 11labs.io. You can do that. Number two, the platform we were using to get clients are Upwork. And I teach people how to use it. I mean, you can go figure it out yourself if you really wanted to. You can go. Like Bashar said, it just takes a little bit more time. So there's that. Um, does that, Clayton, does that kind of answer your question? I hope so. The best tools and the best website to use for this. I don't want to overwhelm you with like 800 tools. I only use like three or four every day. So in my agency that I do this exact work that I'm teaching you how to do, I only use three or four different tools. So hopefully that answers the question. Jazdeep, am I saying that properly? I apologize if I'm not. Everyone, my mom named me Stephen with a PH, so everyone calls me Stefan. So I understand if I'm saying your name wrong. I deeply apologize. What if I don't have such money to buy the course and pay you because I don't have that much? Listen, there's options for everyone. If you just go fill out the form, it'll direct you to the best option for you. And Bashar is right. Like, listen, we're only going to have 12 people that join this course because, like I said, I'm doing these one-on-one calls with people every freaking day. I've got businesses to run, guys. Like, we can't have 50 more people in this group right now. So the only other coach that's in the group is my brother who helps me run our business. So between the two of us, we can only handle so many calls a day. That's why like we try to create a different program for everyone. So everyone had an option to do something. But for the main certification, we're only having a handful of people. So fill out that form and you'll see there's other options for you as well. Okay. And like Bashar said, that was it. Okay. Why don't Americans trust you, Daniel? Come on. Don't be a dick. Um, I've done over 5,000 different speeches and talks for Tony Robbins. If you don't know who he is, Google him. I've also worked with 200 different companies myself. Almost all of them were American companies. I currently run an agency myself. We do a little over 7 figures a year right now. So, I don't know if that answers your question, dude, but, I don't know if you were trying to be a dick or just actually asking. I can give you a real answer. Bashar is the American dream. He came from Iraq after the war. Who's going to be most interested in working with Bashar? Other people that look like him. So that would be a good way to say it. I don't know, Bashar, is that a good way to answer that? Maybe he was just being a dick. I don't know. But
What was the question?
the question, why don't Americans trust you guys that much? Yeah, I think he was just being a dick.
Okay.
Daniel, are you still on here? Daniel, you are. Um, how much is all this for? If I end up looking like Bashar, come on, you want a great mustache, Sam. Come on. But anyways, how much is all this for? The answer is there's for those of you guys who are going to join the group, you see the entire thing. It's a few $1,000, guys. Like it depends on the program that you're joining. But for those of you guys who aren't ready to invest in that, there's other programs for you. So we can at least get you started. So we'd like to be able to help 100% of the people, but there's that. So fill out the form, you'll see. Okay.
Yeah, and just something to add here, guys. Like, just understand if you are a fit, we'll make the money work.
Yeah.
And understand that, like, when I first started my journey, I was 150 grand in debt. Yet I was able to invest about, $15,000 into my online business to get it going. How did I do that? I leveraged OPM, right? Like I just see, Brendan, I have $0. I want to be a success story. Dude, you are richer than me when I first started. I was $150,000 in debt. So not only did I not have money, I was 150K in debt, right? And so what did it for me is I saw Robert Kiyosaki. How many here know Robert Kiyosaki? Drop a one in the chat if you know Robert Kiyosaki. I saw a podcast by him saying how uh, he was answering some kid's question or whatever, and he's like, I can't afford this to do this. I can't afford to do that. Kind of. It's like, dude, you know what? You need to change your mindset. You need to stop thinking and saying I can't afford it, and instead start asking, how can I afford it? I was like, that's interesting. Okay, how can I afford it? How can I afford it? And that's when I came across another video by Grant Cardone. How many here know Grant Cardone? Talking about a concept called OPM, other people's money. And what I came to realize is that all of us have leveraged OPM in one way or another. We all have either taken out a loan to go to school or buy a car or have a credit card or know someone who does. Well, those are all methods of OPM, of other people's money. Because how many of you have a credit card? Drop a one in the chat if you have a credit card. Drop a one in the chat if you've taken out a loan to go to school. Drop a one in the chat if you've taken out a loan to buy a car or buy a house, right? Well, guess what? That's not your money. That's somebody else's money. That's the bank's money. That's the company's money. American Express, whatever, right? And the thing is, we're taught that that's okay, that we can take money to go to school or buy a car, buy a house. But guess what? None of this stuff actually generates you income. So when I kind of make that connection, I was like, well, shit, we do this stuff to spend money, not invest it, spend money on things that don't generate us income. What if I leverage other people's money to actually make money? When I first started, I borrowed 5 grand to start to launch the business. And in that five, I turned it into 12. I paid interest on it, 10%. So I borrowed five, I made 12, and I gave back 55. Well, shit, that's a nice return. That's a nice deal. And then later I brought in an investor who invested, a lot more than that, and he helped me go from 6 to 7 figures. I gave him 40% of my business, but now I own 60% of a multi 7 figure business versus owning 100% of a, $20,000 business. So it's never a lack of resources, guys. It's a lack of resourcefulness. But unfortunately, we're taught all of our lives to allow our bank account hold our dreams back. But that's no longer the case. You need to stop allowing your bank account hold your dreams back because there's $334 trillion in circulation of money. Check this out. I was doing some research the other day. Yeah, actually yesterday. In 2020, top 10 richest in the world were worth a combined $755 billion. Top 10. Today, the richest man in the world is worth that much. Today, top 10 are worth $3.5 trillion, more than quadruple the net worth over the last 5 years. How the hell did that happen? How did that happen? Money's everywhere, man. Damien, Bashar, let me get a loan then. I'll do more than that, brother. I will show you how to do it, and I will teach you how to make money from it. Book that call, bro. Back to you, Steve.
Frankie's got a great question here. If I get accepted in the program, how do we work around the 9 to 5 so I can become financially free? I cannot quit my 9 to 5 until I see results, obviously. How does the team help me off the clock? Are there people in the program at all times? I can kind of take part of that. And Bashar, if you want to take the other half. Frankie, most of the people in the group have a 9 to 5 job. So
Well, shit,
we had to kind of work. All of them do. There's a couple people who are full-time business, but or they have a full-time business that they're running and they have to still learn AI outside of their business. Like I keep thinking of Vince, he's got a full-time landscaping business and he was taking time out of his day to learn things and all that jazz. But to answer the question, Frankie, like I don't sleep and I'm always in the school group. So if you have questions after hours, like, yeah, just hit me up. I'm in the group. Brendan says, I just got laid off. I got time. There you go. That works. Sometimes it's a blessing instead of a curse, right? So Frankie, hopefully that answers the question. There are people in the program at all times. If you get stuck or whatever, like I literally have school open on my other screen. You probably can't see my computer right now, but I've got school open in the other screen right now. So I sit at my desk for like 18 hours a day. So
Well,
hopefully
I
that
think,
hits.
I think instead of us telling you guys, I think Tibor, are you here? I see that you're here because someone, this answers two questions. Someone
Yes,
says that like if you're out, does this only work for US? And then also a job because Tibor, I mean, you've been enrolled in the program for how long now?
I am on the third month already. We started the first time in November. I
Okay,
don't know exactly the date.
okay. And where do you live?
I live in Romania, Europe.
Romania, Europe. Okay, where are you? Why can't I see your face? I want to pin your. There you are. All right, let's pin your face. All right. Okay, so you live in Romania. Do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job. I also have a business, and besides that, I also work at my second, third business.
Okay, so how do you make this work? How do you balance between this and learning AI and doing AI and all that stuff?
Uh, it's very easy for me. It was very clear that I will need AI because my actual job, I can use it in my actual job, and I also want to implement AI in my Amazon store,
Okay,
which I want to build using this AI technology.
okay. So you want to do the why did you think outside of the Amazon store, why did you think was important to learn AI now, at least, like now 2026 and beyond?
Because I saw that so many advantages can be if you are able to use AI. So AI is not complicated. Actually, it's very accessible. But if you don't have a system and you don't know how and what to use, then you just get stuck. This is where I was before. So I had some knowledge, but I didn't have the system. I didn't have the community, especially the community. I didn't have Steve, who to ask if I had something to figure it out. And that was a no-brainer. And also because I am already in the Amazon in the BJKU, I saw the value which I received, which is world class, and I can tell anybody that it is the best place where you can be. And that's why for me it was an easy choice, even though it was hard, because it's a great time difference between US and Europe,
Yep.
and it was very challenging, especially because before the holidays and everything. So it was a very, very fast period. But I said that for me, it's very important, and I made the step.
Love it. What do you value the most in the AI community?
Man, the community is great. There are so many people from so many backgrounds and so many businesses. So actually, if you are, let's say you are from a job, probably you don't know many things from others or from other job. First of all, you can get many insights, many information also from other businesses. During the course, we discuss many ways of implementation of AI in different kind of businesses. Stevie explains a lots of possibilities. So actually, it's mind-blowing how many information you get throughout the training.
Do
For
you think?
example,
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
for example, it was for me, it was overwhelming that each day, even though it was pretty late, the training, so we finished around midnight. And after that, I felt that my head is like blowing with so many ideas.
Yeah,
And
I remember that.
after that, I just stayed another at least 1.5 hours to calm down my mind because there were so many overwhelming information.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, Without the program, do you think you would have been able to make the progress that you have in the last couple of months?
Not in a short way, maybe in half a year time,
Mm,
that could be,
yeah.
but not in a short time frame, for sure.
And I mean, 2026 is it's like so many billions and trillions are being invested in AI, and it's like this is the time, right? It's like time is of an essence, and you know what they say, time is our most valuable asset, right?
It's exactly like that. And also, I value time very much because I also want to get ahead. I don't want to stay and to see that everybody already is implementing an AI and using it, and I don't know and I just figure it out. So it's time is very important. Also, to be present in the course is very important. It's totally different if you just sit and maybe you take a look after the recording because it's also possible, and it's a totally different experience where you are live in the course and you take the notes and you can have the questions live over there.
Yeah. And I mean, as you said, it's not like you have a whole lot of. Did you say you have three jobs?
Actually, two, and
Okay.
I'm building the third with the
Wow.
Amazon store.
So, okay. So three jobs and a business, and then you're able to implement this. That's awesome. Well, kudos to you, my
Yeah.
friend. Appreciate you for being here. We'll see you on the next
Thank you
call,
very
okay?
much.
Thanks, buddy.
See you.
All right. Let's see. Steve, what other questions we got, man?
If all the spots are filled, will there be another intake?
Will there be? I don't know. Right now, I'm not sure. It's honestly it's up to Steve at this point because we launched this program October 28th. We took on like a couple dozen students at that time, I think like 25 or something like that. And then we started working with them for the last 2.5 months. And then now we felt like we were ready. This is like the 2.0 version. We did a 1.0 version. All of our learnings, we kind of changed stuff and then we implemented stuff. So this is the 2.0 version of this program. And then at this point, we're like, we don't want to do 25. Let's do a dozen this time. And so last time was 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. This time, I don't know. This might be it for Q1. So next time might be like Q2. It might be in February. It might be not until Q3. I don't know. It's all because at the end of the day, it's about are the students getting results? Are we over delivering our promise? Are we doing everything we can to improve? And AI moves so fast that Steve is always having to go back and like re-record videos and stuff like that. It's just like he can't be teaching new people and existing people. He can only focus on one or the other. And right now, I know he's going to be focused on this group to get them across the finish line. So I don't know when we're going to open it again. If we're going to open, we'll probably open it sometimes down the line during the year. I don't know when. I know for sure it won't be in February, for example. Like it'll probably take at least 2 months. I know that for sure. And then at the end of the day, it's like, let's just say we open it in March again, 2 months from now. That's 2 months that you're not going to do anything. You really want to wait that long? Like, I don't know why you would. And what you just heard what Tibor said. He said he values time because time is our most valuable asset. He understands that. Do you? Don't know.
Damien just said quality over quantity, and that hits it on the head. I
Yep,
mean, we kicked a couple of people out at the beginning because, like,
we did.
Bashar and I had this conversation before we started this whole journey together, and I'm like, I love coaching. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. But when I worked for Tony Robbins, I didn't get to decide who I coached. Like I was told, you coach this person, and whether they were easy to do work with, hard to work with, whether they were crazy or insane or whatever, like I had to do my job. But now that I'm in charge, like it's like now I get to decide who we coach. And so Bashar has been so kind to just say like, yeah, let's do this together, and you can do whatever you want. So like this is actually a screening process. Like it's not like we're just going to take money from anyone. I don't need the money. Bashar doesn't need the money. Like, yeah, we got employees to pay, we got payroll and stuff like that. But you guys can go learn this on your own too. If you're kind of a dick, like go learn it on your own. Good luck. But if you're a cool person, if you got a good sense of humor, if you're willing to work hard, like we'll go out of our way. Like the people in our group, maybe Tabor can say something about this too, but like I'm on this freaking school group all day long, even though I've got businesses to run. I've got shit to do. Excuse my French. Right? But like if you're serious about it, cool, join us. If you're not, please don't. Like I don't mean to say that as like a reverse psychology thing. I mean like I want 100% success rate in this group. So like I'm pushing people when they're not pushing themselves hard enough. Like I'm going to be your coach. I'm not going to be your friend. I'm going to push you to make sure this works. So again, just fill out the form. See if it's for you. If it's not, cool. No harm, no foul. I'll still be your friend. Like that's not a problem. I'll still joke. I'll still talk smack. But otherwise, yeah. See if it's for you. If it's not, cool. No big deal. That's why, again, we've got still almost 100 people on here. Like we're only going to do 12. That's what we decided on 12. And if we don't hit 12, like it's not the end of the world. Like cool. We'll try again in a couple of months or whatever and see who we got then. So, sorry, that was kind of a rant. Um, Abdullah, we hear you, my friend. I don't have much money. Just fill out the form. You'll see what we're talking about. uh, Miriam, if I'm saying that properly, she's saying, I don't quite understand the two options on the screen. Do you want to just go over it one more time, Bashar?
Yeah, I will. Let me just pull them up real quick.
So there's like the big package, and then there's like the cut down package or whatever, and then
Yeah,
there's
so
other stuff too.
yeah, so there's two packages here, two main packages. The first one right here, which is if you get qualified, this is what I would recommend you go for. Again, money is not an issue. We'll make that work for you. And here's the beautiful thing about this business is beyond the knowledge, there's not a whole lot of other investment into the business. Like you don't need to actually invest anything to get the business going beyond the knowledge because you can literally start with a couple of $100. It's just tools and stuff like that, right? All I need is a couple of tools that we're going to show you how to get and when to get, and actually not to invest in them until until you kind of have things going, and that's it. So the first option there is a 30-day sprint, a 30-day kind of like challenge per se, and the goal of that is to get you to land your first client in 30 days. Okay. Actually, you know what? I don't know why I keep talking. I should just show you. So this is what that community looks like. Like again, look at this. Like only 38 people, and 8 of them are admin. So there's really only 30 people in here, right? You go to the classroom, you're gonna see start here. Okay, there's step by step on what to do exactly, right? There's step by step how to build this business. There's, all this stuff that we have put here together for you, Steve, all these classes, right? Then there's the different use cases, what to do. They're literally drag and drop easy, right? And then from there, here's the community. Like if you go here to the win section, look at this. What is that? Yeah, ordered one of bank calendar.
I
Boom.
think that's just Nate.
Yeah. This is Barack. Barack, I think you're here, right? Drop a yes in the chat if you're here, Barack. I want to say
Yes.
hi. Oh, there you are. All right. So, Barack, start of the year strong. Let's see. Let's see. What was the one here? What was the one, Barack? I think you had like, I don't know how much, and then $200 a month, something like that. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
You need the explanation about that one?
Yeah. What did you sell? How much did you charge for it? What is it? How did you find the client?
And this is for exactly for the niche market,
Okay.
for the insurance industry, and they want to combine for AI voice and AI conversation, integrate with all the social media and the website, and for the response 24 hours, 7 day, with all the social media as well. And I think so, one thing's for content generation and all them in one place. And I charge them just one-time installation and 6 months for just for the first period for recurring the support.
Nice. And how much did you charge them for the first one-time payment?
I give the good discount because for the new year, I give them the good discount, but this is around the $500 for the first installation, and for 6 months recurring every month $300.
Nice. That's awesome. First of all, he could have charged a lot more than $500 for this because everything they just mentioned, that would have been an easy 2, 3 grand, what's it called, installation. But it's like, who cares? He just learned this stuff like what, 45 days ago? Like, who cares? He just made an extra $500 and an extra $300 per month. Let me ask you guys a question. Would an extra $300 a month recurring landing into your pocket, would you mind that? Would you hate it? Wouldn't you love it? Shit, I'll take an extra $300 in my pocket every month. Like I want it, you know what I mean? And the initial installation beyond that, he's not really doing much anymore because the AI is going to be doing everything for him, right? Let's see, Nina. I think I don't know if she's here today. Nina got like her first client. What, Steve? How long? Like two
It,
days?
it was like in the first night. Like she joined, she was a little late to join, and then she was just like, what do I watch? What do I do? I think it was like 48 hours is when she got her first client.
Nice.
Um, so some of you guys are, I see that some of the questions are popping up in there, like how are people doing? What was like percentage of people? Nahal, I I swear if am butchering that, I'm so sorry. I think right now, as far as the group stands, almost half of them have made their first dollar. And then some of the other ones, it's interesting because my original goal was to get them like their first $100 as fast as they could. But then there were a couple other people who were like, no, I want to get like a couple $1,000 client right as my first one. And there's like 4 or 5 people right now who are in talks to do like $4 and $5 and $6,000 a month with their very first client. So I think all of those will kind of start to come to fruition in the next couple weeks here. So like, I mean, that's going to be a huge win, right? To come in and get there. That's not normal, guys. So just so you understand, we're not telling you you're going to be a millionaire overnight or any of that bullshit, right? You're going to come in, you're going to learn a brand new skill, and it's going to be up to you to go get leads and talk to people and everything. I'll help you all along the way. I'll help you build stuff. I'll help you talk to them. I'll help you close the deals. Like it's really not difficult. But the hardest part is just go talk to people, and that's all you got to do. So learn the stuff, talk to people. I think you can make some money. So
Absolutely. And just to kind of go back to answer this question about like what it comes with. So again, you get the 30-day kind of like challenge to get going and land your first client in 30 days. Secondly, you get the support and you get the coaching calls for 90 days. Then you get 3 months of unlimited one-on-one calls with Steve and unlimited coaching by him. Then you get these six bonuses, right? So client engine, template, scripts, all this stuff, what to say to these clients, pre-built use cases, exactly what to install, when to install them, all that stuff. You get 22 different business types for you to reach out to and land as your first client. We will help you land your first client. We will get on a call with them. We will help secure your first client for you. We will build your first AI solution. Again, it's like it's built by us, and you get an in-person event, a free ticket to our in-person event. Okay, so that's the first option, which I highly recommend you get into. I think this is the option that I want to say Barack has joined, and then this option number two, you get the 30-day sprint, you get the 90-day support, and you get these three bonuses, right? So the client engine, templates, all that, offer pack, and the bonus locator. This is obviously it costs less than this, but this is the one with the most value, right? If you get qualified, I'd highly recommend you go for this. Okay. And again, only a dozen people. I don't know. I don't have the count already on how many people that we've had enroll, but if I had to guess, probably by the next 48 hours, we'll be fully booked, and that will be that. All right, Steve.
uh,
What else? What else?
if it does get overbooked, Bashar, what do we do with that again? Do you just send